Ashar Shabbat, Shalom, Shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, for another Sabbath delights, right? Because we need to get refreshed with the Word. We need to be renewed, right? Because we need to rest and refresh, right? By getting cleansed by the Word. This is the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 16. So these are the stuff that we need to do during Sabbath. Now there are things that we can't do, like we can't work, we can't buy and sell. Now for the cooking, it's still, I think it's 50-50 for now. But anyways, Luke chapter 4 and verse 16. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, and as his custom or practice, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day. Went into what? The synagogue on the Sabbath day, and stood up to read, right? So that's one of the things that we're going to do right now. We're going to read the words of this book, right? Luke chapter 4 and verse 30. But he, passing through the midst of them, went his way. And then what happened? Verse 31. And came down to Capernaum, a city of Galilee, and taught them on the Sabbath day. So we can teach, right? Can preach. And they were astonished at his doctrine, for his word was with power. So that's what we're going to do, right? We're going to read and teach ourselves, right? Because that's the primary thing in this walk, is to start with yourself, right? How can you love another brother if you yourself you don't love, right? So we have to start with ourselves. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. Examine yourselves. Let's read that again. Examine yourselves, whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Christ Hamashiach Yahushua is in you, except ye be reprobates? Right? We have to observe, reflect on the stuff that what we are doing, right? Today is the Sabbath day, right? It's the seventh day, right? So what does Shabbat means, right? Let's go. This is Strong's number H7673. Shabbat means what? To cease, to decease, and rest, right? So in English, it is Saturday. Saturday came from, I think it's from Spanish or Latin. I think Spanish, which says that Sabbath, and in Latin, which says Sabbatum, and in the Greek, it's Sabbaton, right? And in the Paleo Hebrew, it's Shabbat or rest, right? Even if you ask the Catholic, right, they would say that the seventh day is the Saturday, but they still want to celebrate it on a Sunday, right? Now we know now what is the Sabbath. We need to know when is the Sabbath. 13 and 19. And it came to pass that when the gates of, this is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13 and verse 19. And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Shabbat, read that again, dark before the Sabbath. So it was dark before the Sabbath, right? If Saturday is the Shabbat, right, what's the day before the Sabbath, right? But before you answer that, let's go to Sirach 43 and verse 8. I think start at 6. This is the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 43 and verse 5. Great is the Lord that made it, and at his commandment runneth hastily. Verse 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season. For a what? For a declaration of times. Excuse me. For a declaration of times. For a declaration of times, right? So if you see the moon, right, it's a sign for what? From the moon is the sign of feasts, right? From the moon is the sign of feast, right? Sabbath or a Shabbat is a what? It's a feast. Leviticus 23. Um, speak to Leviticus 23 and verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them concerning the feasts, and there again, concerning the feasts of the Lord, which you shall proclaim to be holy convocations or gatherings. These, even these, are my feasts. Verse 20, verse 3. In 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath, Shabbat of rest, an holy convocation. We shall do no work therein. So, Sabbath is a rest day, right? We gotta rest on that day. Right? Now, let's go back to Nehemiah chapter 13 and verse 19. So it was dark before the Shabbat, right? So if the Sabbath is Saturday, what's the day before Saturday? It's the sixth day, it's Friday. And the declaration of times is what? During the evening. So it starts at Friday sundown, right? So I repeat, it's from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. Okay. Now, now you can say, why doesn't it start at Saturday sundown? Well, because Saturday itself is the Shabbat, right? If it's going to start at Saturday sundown, then it's already over, right? It's already the next day. So that's our Sabbath delights for today, is to review this Shabbat, right? The Sabbath. Let's go to Exodus. It's the book of Exodus chapter 31 and verse 17. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever, for in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day he rested and was refreshed. It's the same thing that we're going to do. We need to read, rest, and get refreshed, right? Praises the Most High Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua. Amen.